just wanna ball, making plays.
Here it is 2024 and I'm looking forward to all of the things that I'm going to put into place this year to manifest into my dreams, because my dreams can be anyone's dreams and they can come true. Some of those pieces that I put onto my vision board came true, some did not. As always, we're never going to be able to accomplish every single goal. So what I really wanted to do was sit down today and talk about how I come up with these goals, and of course to show you guys my new vision board for 2025. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is C'Aira, and if you are new, not only am I C'Aira, but I do lifestyle content over here and sometimes travel vlogs. I do include grocery hauls into my vlogs because that is part of my lifestyle. I do have to shop. I am a mom of 2 and my kids are 9 and 13. So therefore, part of my lifestyle. Another part of my lifestyle that I like to share from time to time is being a teacher. So I am a first grade teacher's assistant, which means that I help with the kids. I do things, I take over when the time is needed if the teacher's not there. I also make copies and also do small groups and intentional pullouts to work with kids who are, you know, like a little bit lower in academics than others. So if you are an old subscriber, thank you guys so much and welcome back. So to my members, thank you all so much for sticking with me. I did a video where I shared that I wanted to do a giveaway because YouTube was asking me to put out 2 members only posts and 2 member only videos. So the only one that commented on that out of my 3 members was Keeping Up with the Griffin. So thank you guys so much for always watching. Thank you guys so much for always commenting. Thank you guys so much for also just like stay in tune with me to even answer you know, the video and put yourself in. So since you guys were the only ones, it's only right that I gift you guys. So if you could leave me your Cash App down below. I want to Cash App you guys your prize because, like I said, you guys helped me out with getting the bonus of the $200 for YouTube Studio. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the goals that I had for this year that clearly were not completed. So here on my vision board, I simply had a home to buy a home this year. I also had some crafts on there so I can get back into crafting. I also had a picture of New York City being shown from an airplane and Mardi Gras, and then I also had the test for me to pass, you know, for school, and I also had the gym. Okay, so let's talk about all of these things. These are things that I did not accomplish in 2024. I've had all year to accomplish them. Did I accomplish them? No. I didn't get to go to New Orleans. I didn't get to go to New York. I didn't get myself back in the small business and I tried to push myself to do it. I also did not take the test this year. So there's a lot of things we could talk about with this. With the test, with being a teacher, I'm 75% done. I have 6 to 7 classes left. I clearly need to take this test that every teacher needs to take before they get to like the end, and it's just that it's $130, right? And no, I'm not being cheap about it, but if anybody else was in my shoes, you'd say, who's going to pay $130 to take a test that you might not pass, that you might pass, but if you don't pass, you're having to pay another $130. So that's just my worry with that, right? New Orleans, I kept saying to myself that, you know, my trips to Myrtle Beach are more important than going to New Orleans. And I only go to Myrtle Beach once a year. So
What I'm really, trying to do is either find like a girls group to go with to New Orleans, because I don't want to go by myself, but also just to book it. It takes nothing to book a trip to Myrtle Beach, but I was having problems with like being confident in booking to Myrtle Beach, and I wanted to be confident in booking to New Orleans. The problem that I'm having with that whole situation is that the problem is like not booking it. It's just being confident in where you're staying when you go to New Orleans and when you go to New York. So I don't want to go by myself. I also want to make sure I'm getting the best out of my experience and my time. I totally, have never been on a flight before, so I don't understand like the layovers. I don't understand, like the baggage. So there's a lot of things that have to go into that for me to just up and go. Something new to me is very, it worries me. Like when we didn't know anything about Myrtle Beach and it was our first time going, I was very nervous because, one, you're driving 6 hours away from home. Number two, it's just like, okay, are we going to get to do all of these things that we want to do while we're there? It's those type of things. I also did not get to the simple part of like even booking it, because the New York trip, Charles wants to go with me. The kids want to go. So it's like, okay, do we drive 4 to 5 hours to New York and, like not know our way around, have to catch us up, like, those type of things. The home part. Let's rewind this. Zzz. Okay. So I did not buy a home in 2024 like I had wanted to. We did try a couple months ago, and basically at that time, or actually it was the first time in the beginning of the year we tried, and at that time I had owed a credit card, and they basically were just like, we can't do it, we got to raise your score up a little bit. So the credit card situation had lowered my score, and then when we tried again, we didn't find anything because I ended up finding all of the crappiest realtors possible. And I think that that's what pushed my mom to take realtor class, and she's able to help. So when we do try again in the new year, between January and February, she'll be able to help me. And I'm honestly in the mood of like not looking at the homes. I'm just ready to like put bids in so I can leave. Thankfully the end of 2024 was great for us because our neighbor did move before us. We have been together, all of us, since 12 years ago. 12, 13 years ago. So therefore it's time to expand and have like some more space, especially for like him to have a man cave, me to have my own space, because I do crafting, I do YouTube, and I do like I have a teacher's desk where I keep all of my teacher stuff here for whenever I do move into my own classroom. So there's a lot of things, like I said, that didn't, get done, but that doesn't mean it stops you. It doesn't mean you should be discouraged, and it doesn't mean you don't put that back on there to try it again in 2025. So some of the things that I'm thinking of for my vision board is simply to book the trip to New Orleans, okay? Simply book the trip to New York, even if it is for 48 hours. A weekend in New York would be lovely. Also to get back in the gym, because clearly that was something that I started doing and did all the way up until March of this year, and I stopped once I booked my vacation because I said, you know what, baby, this body gonna look the way it's gonna look, and the only person that has to look at this body and like it is my man. So therefore I just stopped caring what going. It also was like a struggle to get out and go from time to time because of the surroundings here of, like neighborly issues, and not knowing if I'd come back home and be like blocked in or whatever. And that's one thing that God has taught me. You cannot stop yourself from doing what you want to do because of others. So, getting back in the gym, going at least like twice a week, at least to see the progress again, of walking the treadmill and just getting out and enjoying myself, listening to my music through my AirPods, and just, you know, having that time, that me time. If there's anything I could say to you to encourage you to create a vision board for yourself, here's the tips and tricks. 1, set realistic goals that clearly can be set and can be met. So don't sit up here and put something on there that you know you're not going to do at all, that is non-realistic, like traveling to outer space. That's something that nobody's ever going to do. Not saying you can't, but it's something we probably 9 times out of 10 won't do. But put things on there that you want to do in that year, or things that you want to do in your lifetime of a vision board. And if you don't get to do it, simple and plain, leave it on there for next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Eventually you will accomplish these dreams that you have. And of course, like, things don't happen overnight. Another tip that I'll give you guys is simply, honestly, do you. Do you when it comes to your hopes and your dreams, your resolutions. Also, never be afraid to go and put yourself out there to do these things. Also, you know, you only have one life. It's best to live it. And at the end of the day, if I can leave you guys with a quote, it would be, in the end, we only regret the chances that we didn't take. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you'll look back and realize that those things were the big things. Life itself is a privilege, but to live life to the fullest, well, that is a choice. So the choice is totally yours. So if you guys are interested in seeing my vision board for 2025, realistically, stay tuned here. And I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Peace out. Happy New Year. We are here.